The wind in Rephidim was hot and grinding with sand. Millions of weary feet trudged through the endless wilderness, their steps a chorus of exhaustion. They had escaped slavery in Egypt, believing freedom was just ahead. But all they saw was barren sand and a merciless sun. The most fatal enemy was the lack of water. The children's lips were cracked, the livestock's eyes filled with despair. The women covered their faces with what little cloth they had left, but it did nothing to hide their inner terror. Their complaints against Moses began as whispers, quickly swelling into a deafening roar of accusation. "Why have you brought us out of Egypt, only to have us, our children, and our livestock die of thirst here?" Moses stood amidst the crowd, his heart heavy. He understood their fury, but at this moment he felt more helpless than anyone. He turned, looking toward the horizon, and offered a silent prayer to the Lord. "Lord, these people are almost ready to stone me. What am I to do?" The voice of the Lord was as clear as thunder in Moses' heart. "Take the staff in your hand, the one with which you struck the Nile, and go before the people with some of the elders. I will be waiting for you there, on the rock at Horeb. You shall strike the rock in their sight, and water will gush from it for the people to drink." Moses' heart leaped. He immediately obeyed, leading a small group toward the desolate mountain. The massive rock, gleaming under the sun, seemed to radiate a cold, lifeless energy. The people watched from a distance, whispering amongst themselves, their eyes filled with doubt. They couldn't comprehend how a solid stone could quench their thirst. Moses walked slowly to the base of the rock. He raised the staff that had once parted the Red Sea, the staff that carried the memory of miracles. Without hesitation or a single word, he aimed for the great stone and struck it with all his might. Thud! 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 A dull, heavy sound echoed through the valley, yet the rock remained unyielding. A few people in the crowd began to scoff. "See, what can he do besides beat a stone?" But at that very moment, the miracle unfolded. From the crack where the staff had struck, a clear stream of water began to well up. It started as a thin trickle, then became a rushing stream, and soon transformed into a wide river that cascaded down the mountain. Everyone stood in stunned silence. They dropped their possessions and ran toward the flowing water. They knelt, cupped their hands, and drank with an almost painful joy, as if the water were the most precious nectar on earth. Children splashed playfully in the stream, and the livestock drank eagerly. The entire camp, once filled with desperate murmurs, was now alive with a joyful commotion. The sound of water replaced the sound of complaint. Moses stood before the rock, not saying a word. He knew it wasn't his staff that had done this, nor his personal power. All of it came from the source of living water beneath the rock, from the God in whom he had placed his trust. In the blistering heat of the wilderness, that hard, unyielding rock became a symbol of life and hope. It bore witness to God's faithful promise, reminding the Israelites that even in their most desperate moments, they were never abandoned.